Hey, welcome back to our video on Power Apps. This is the third in the series where we're looking at creating a lunch ordering system. This video I want to do a bit more on our app and create an ordering page as well, so you can order your lunch, and there'll be a few more formulas and things like that. So let's get into it. Let's edit our lunch choice app. Load up this screen. And the first thing we're going to do is create that order page where it starts up. Here we go. So yeah, here we go. We've got our home screen. We've got a home page here. We want to create another one called orders under here. You can go into new screen here, and you've got various templates you can use. In this case, I kind of want it to be exactly the same shape and have the same bar and color and everything like that as the other screen for consistency. So the easiest way, I think, is to click these three dots here and duplicate the screen. And it creates you one called home_1. So you can click this again and rename it if you want to orders. Then, so as you can see, it's exactly the same as the first one. So we're just going to get rid of, we're going to keep this group because that's the menu. We're going to get rid of everything else. Get rid of the gallery, keep that, keep the rectangle. Call this orders so we can see where we are when you flick between screens. So navigating between screens, so let's look at that first. If I hold down Alt, I can then click on this menu. You see, it's called exactly the same thing. But if I highlight one of these, we can use on select and we can use a navigate formula here. So if I change the menu on select and put in navigate, you see it pops up. And then you can choose which screen, so home, and put a comma and how you want to transition. So I'm just going to do transition cover all the time and in brackets. Obviously we're on the order screen, so that remains blank. That's fine. If we had an allergy screen, we do something with that. If I hold down Alt and see if that works, yeah, that takes us to the lunch menu again. Now orders is not going to do anything because we haven't put a navigation formula in there, so let's do that. Tie it all together. Screen transition cover again. There we go. So if I hold down Alt again, just to test it, go to orders. Yeah, we go to orders. Back to menu. And the other thing is, when I go to my screen, I don't want this menu to still appear because I think it looks a bit messy. So we know that this visibility of this group here, group 2, if I go to visibility, it has a visible character, is set to var menu show. And we know we can toggle that on and off with this burger menu here. So if we select the home screen, go to the properties up here and find we want the on visible. So whenever you go to the screen, this on visible will fire automatically, and you can then set your variable var menu show to be false. You want to do that on each screen. So if I go to Alt Orders and find the on visible again, and let's pop it in there too. So now if I go to menu, it automatically hides the menu. There we go, same with orders. So I need to show you the list that we want to actually update in SharePoint. So I'll show you what I've created here. We have a lunch orders list now, and all I've done is put a lunch choice, requested for who's requested it, the order date, the building you want it sending to, and just a flag processed for yes or no, which we're not going to populate, but presumably the canteen staff can show when that order's been created. So this is what we're going to get the Power App form to actually populate for the canteen staff to look at. So the only other thing I had to do in the lists in SharePoint is to change the menu choices list slightly. If I go to that one, you can see we've got the day of Monday, Tuesday, etc. I had to do a calculated column here for day number, and that's because we need it later on in our Power App to actually pull through, just say if it's Monday, pull through Monday, stuff like that. So I'll just show you that quickly. If we go into list settings, and if I go to this day number list, so all I did is create a new calculated column, and I put this formula in, which looks kind of scary, but it's if day is Monday, then it's 2, if day is Tuesday, 3, etc., etc. So that's all it is. Right, let's go back to our app. So on our orders page, if we go on to there, I want to put a drop down first of all for the choice, what they actually want to order. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert first of all a label. Let's pop a label here, drag it a bit bigger, and let's call it lunch choice, for example. And we can go here to font size and make that nice and big. How big? Yep, that's nice and big. And then we want a drop down as well. So let's go to input, and we want drop down. Pop that under here. Again, make that a bit bigger. So at the minute, it's obviously got the random sample in of 1, 2, 3. We want that to populate with whatever day it is. So if it's say it's Tuesday today, for example, we want Tuesday's lunch orders come in and nothing else. So the easiest way I found to do that is to create a collection. So I'm going to show you that next. So first of all, we're going to go over here to data sources, and we're going to add another data source. We go to connectors, SharePoint, go to my connected site, and I want my lunch orders list here. There we go. So that's going to be important for when we're wanting to actually populate that list. Now for our collection, what we're going to do is we're going to go to this screen over here, menu, and I want, if I go back to here, so we've got an on-visible property. We've also got, if I select the app, the whole app itself, we've got an on-start property. So when the app first starts, I can do something. For example, I can create a collection, which is just, say, a list of items or records. So I could bring in a whole SharePoint list or one whole field from a SharePoint list. So we want clear collect, and we want what we're going to call our collection. So let's call it day choices, shall we? And call it whatever you like. Okay, so we're going to collect from into the collection day choices, and we're going to collect from menu choices, but we want to filter that. So let's do filter menu choices. And how are we going to filter it? We're going to filter by day number. We're going to have to put that in these inverted commas. So day number, let's do it for 3 for now, just so I can show you. What's it complaining right here? Okay, that's just saying if there's loads of values, you might have a problem, but that's fine. We've got like 10 in the list, and it's not going to grow that much bigger. So that's going to load up from menu choices where day number equals 3. So it's going to bring that into our new collection called day choices from menu choices, sorry. Now testing this is difficult when it's on start. So when I test it, I tend to put it into the on visible property of the screen just so I can actually see if it's working. So if I put a semicolon, then I can add another formula after this one. And then all we do is we go to lunch menu, we go to orders, and we go back to menu again. Come off here, and to look at our collection, we go file and collections, and you can see we've got day choices, but it's blank. We've got a problem. So let's go back and have another look. So on visible, and here's another little tip. If I expand this, I can format text, get that to format automatically for me. Just makes it a bit clearer to read for people. So day choices filter. Now I know this is another little, I don't know if it's a bug, but it's annoying anyway. I know that day number is 3 in the list. If I go back to our list, to menu choices, yeah, we've got 3, look, clear as day. That should be there. But what you may have to do is cast this value. So if I put value here, so value of day number equals 3. So what that is actually doing, it's bringing in day number from menu choices, and this value function converts it to a number or an integer before it then compares it to if it is 3, because otherwise it's bringing in just a text value and it can't compare it. So let's test that. I'm going to just change that to 5, because it will become clear soon why I've done that. Now let's test this out. Let's run our app, go to orders and back to menu, and let's have a look at our collection in file collections, day choices, and we've got meatballs, burger, ice cream, and that's Thursday, which is weekday 5, because Sunday is day number 1. So now that's all well and good, but if I look at our formula again, I really want to hard code it just to look for 5. What we want to do is make it pick up whatever the weekday is now, now it's Tuesday. So how to do that is to change our formula. So we want to look at weekday of now, whatever it is now, give me the weekday, and then close those brackets. Let's have a look at this, and we run that. Go to orders and back again. And our clear collect will just drop that collection and just load it up again. That's why we're using clear collect instead of just collect. Let's have a look at our collection again. And there we go. Now we've got Tuesdays options. That's exactly what we want to happen. So finally, let's put that into our form, as that was a bit of an epic formula we did there. So let's go back to our form, to the orders section, and all we do is highlight this, change our items to our collection name, which if we need to check it, which I do, is day choices. So we can literally just treat this the same as any other data source. And we're going to do day choices, and what do we want from it? We want choice. There we go. So we will see exactly what we want. As it's Tuesday, we're only going to see Tuesday's choices in there. Perfect. Right. So that's the end of this video. Next video will be the last one, I believe, and we're going to look at just finishing off this orders page, and then we're going to look at how to submit that to the list, how to clear this, how to do a little pop-up as well to say your order has been submitted, and then sharing it and publishing it to end users. So hopefully check out that next video, the last in the series. Thanks.